Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Margaret Jones and I'm a spiritual and transformational life coach. Today I wanted us to discuss or talk about the subject of numerology, or how to use numerology to make life work for you. Okay, so it's more about making numerology work for you. And today we are going to look into your own numerology. Okay, and of course we're not going to use other people's numerology, but we are going to look for numbers that work for you, and these are the things we're going to discuss. Okay, so first of all, what's numerology? Numerology is, and everything we do in life is all about numbers. Everything is measured in numbers, and numbers have their own energy and frequencies. And also, from there is 1 to 9 for numerology, because there's the first one up to 9, because 10 still comes down to a 1. So 1 is the beginning and 9 is completion, of course. So that is how it works out. And every number has got its own frequency and energy, whether it is one number, one digit, or more than one digit. So how do you make it work for you? First of all, you need to find out the things you want to do. For example, you can use numerology in different ways. For example, if you are hoping to create something important, for example, a business, okay, and you know your own numerology. And yeah, let me talk about this before. Let's say your own numerology could be your own date of birth, your month of birth, your day, the day you were born, like Monday or Tuesday, the energy of that day. And also it could be your life path number that you want to use for, a specific project. And you have to find out if that number is right for that project. For example, if you want to do something, a project that is for spirituality, for example, you need to ask yourself, what do you want to gain out of that project of spirituality? And you have to find the numbers that works for you personally when it comes to spirituality. Okay, and the numbers that usually work for anything spirituality is number 2 and number 7. Okay, because that is the moon and Neptune. So number 2 being the moon and number 7 being Neptune. And of course, number 7 has its own challenges. And what we have to understand is number 7 or Neptune is not interested in you making money. Okay, so if you are doing a spiritual business, and it is a business, of course, you have to get a number that Neptune agrees with to help you make money out of that business. And for example, number 77 becomes when you add 7 plus 7, of course it's a 14, and that 14 is Sun, 1, and 4 is Uranus, equal to 5 Mercury. So that can give you, so it means you are working with different numbers, and that's going to work for you. But you have to check your own birth chart and see which numbers works for you, because it could be that you are a different life path, and maybe if your business equals to number 7, and if it's not a spiritual business, you are not going to, the business may go on, but you may find some challenges, because number 7, if even you make money, number 7 wants you to give it to charity. And so you want to see which numbers that works for you. Okay, and yeah, things like that. So you have to check whether you want to launch your business on the the day of number 7. Okay, and if it works for you or not. Certain numbers like 8 could be, of course, the 8 is Saturn, and Saturn comes with limitation and challenges, and so it also comes with authority and power. So if you don't know how to manage number 8 when it comes to business, you might lose a lot of money. Okay, so you have to check if it works for you or it doesn't work for you. You could choose your life path number, and if there are certain numbers in that life path number, for example, your life path, what, let's say 28. 28 adds up to a 10, making it a 1. So you have to find the energy of 2, which is the moon, 8, which is Saturn, which is giving you 10, okay, which is the sun. So you have to ask yourself, this business that I'm doing, is it viable for my numerology? Okay, or any project you're doing. But I just thought I'll talk about the subject of business, or at least then I can focus it on something that you can identify with. So whether it's education, whatever you are doing, you just have to check which numbers that favors that particular project you're doing. Okay, and you know, each number has things they favor, but maybe for you personally it might not work for you. Number 5 may work for someone and no problem, but maybe number 5 may not work for you. You know, if it's, you know, if even it's your life path, it might be you need to use it for something else that number 5 favors. Okay, so number 5 is Mercury, information, also marketing, and it's also very good. So these things, you can use these numbers to help you. Or for example, if you are moving to a home and you want to achieve certain things in a certain time frame, you know, if you use numerology, it can work for you. You just have to find out which numbers will work for you and what you are doing. And there could be some homes, if you live in that home, the numerology there may be working against you. Okay, because because anytime you sign a document, or you put your date, or you know, the date you've signed it, then the name has its own numerology, because I've talked about the name and, you know, the power that goes. You can also watch that video and things like that. And so for example, before I moved to, a while ago, I was looking for my own place, and whilst I was looking for my own place, I realized that there were some projects that I wanted to achieve, and I was specific about what I wanted to achieve, you know, within a year. And I picked the building number because it was like proper strategy, you know, because I really wanted to use my numerology and the energy that would work for me. And this time I wanted to go with the energy of creativity within myself. And so, as some of you may know, I am working on my oracle deck, and also I mean, anything I wanted to achieve, you know, once I got to my new home, because I picked the numbers that will help me achieve the things I wanted to. And I have to, you know, tell you, this t-shirt that I'm wearing is a proof that, you know, numerology works, because I've always wanted to have my own boutique. And whilst I have been in this home, this numerology has worked for me. Everything that I wanted to do, living in this building, means that in less than 1 year, I've achieved everything, or at least 80% of the things that I couldn't have achieved, you know, because there are other things that was distracting me in other places. There's always something distracting me. And since I got to this new address, or this, you know, I use this numerology that works for me, yeah, and it helped me to, because I wanted to connect to my creative side. And obviously, since I have been in this new building using this numerology, I have been very creative, and the fact is I've had amount of energy, the energy I've had to, use to work out the things I wanted to achieve. Sometimes I look back and I'm surprised, It's like all these years I couldn't do the things I wanted to do. But yes, I'm in a place where um, I feel like, yeah, I can do anything because the numerology works for me personally, and it's the numbers that works for me when it comes to creativity. So obviously, I had projects that I wanted to do, and I couldn't complete them. And since I've been here, I have complete the things I wanted to complete. Um, I have had less obstacles. As whether you believe it or not, I've had less obstacles. So I can't say that there haven't been obstacles, but any obstacle that has come my way, I feel the energy of my home and this building has helped me to think the way I'm supposed to think. It's helped me to, reason in the more logical and strategic way, and using my spiritual energy and the energies that the universe is going to give me through the numbers I have picked. So yes, you shouldn't be afraid to use numerology. You should just use it and just find out the numbers that works for you. Like either you want to do it by the month you are born. Let's say if you were born in April, so number 4 will be an important number for you to start. But you have to also ask yourself what energy supports number 4, and what project can you do with that energy of number 4. Okay, so number 4 is for structure. So if let's say you want to go into buildings or anything to do with the house, okay, number 4 will be good for you, but how is it going to work out for you? So you can just sit down and calculate all these things and see how it works for you. And just plan it, think about it, and create, let your numerology work for you. Okay, because for me, I've had less obstacles, and any obstacles I have in fact had have been obstacles I actually created for myself. There was no need for it, but because I realized I've brought it onto myself, it was easy for me to say, okay, there's no need for this, there's no need for that. So yes, I've been able to create my Missy J boutique, and something I always wanted to do but I couldn't. There was always a distraction, and now I have done it. And in fact, when I decided to set up this new business, it was within the same numbers that I wanted to do things. And thinking back, I realized it's the same numbers I picked. the month that I established this business was the same numbers that I was picking. And these numbers have helped me, and I planned, and then I did things on the dates that I felt would be better for me. So everything is a working process, but overall I feel like my numerology has worked for me. And you can also use it. Okay, you can also use it. You can get someone who is into numerology, or if you feel your numerology is complicated, you can find someone. You can learn about it and see how best to use it, because it's not all numbers in your numerology that are going to support you, because there are some numbers in your own numerology that may not work right for you for a particular project. So just so you know, yes, for me it was about creativity, and I've been using my creative numbers to help me create my artistic projects. And so far I have achieved everything I wanted to do. All is left with just the finishing touches. It's like putting the icing on the cake. Anything that I'm supposed to do, it's just about just completing it, like a few touches. Whereas before, I was just struggling there was always something in the way. There's always something in the way. But now I have less obstacles to handle, especially living in this building. So numerology works, and you just have to know how you're going to make it work for you. And yes, if there are any questions you want to ask, feel free to ask me. Do comment, like, share, and definitely I'll be back with another subject. So yes, feel free and do keep in touch. I look forward to seeing you in my next video.